Hello and welcome. This is Alex Camelio here with the Real Estate Technology Institute to give you our tech tip of the week, and it's a doozy. So I'm sure that over time you've had to write titles for something, whether it be an email title or a title to a blog post or the title of that piece of marketing that you're going to put out. And titles are critically important to get people to actually read and consume the information that you're putting out to them. And it's always kind of tricky to figure out how to write a title, what's best in a title, and so on. So today we're actually going to give you, as part of this tip of the week, some ways in which you can easily write titles for those articles and marketing pieces and even email subject lines. The tool that we're going to use today, and to give you some tips on how to do this, is put out by the Advanced Marketing Institute. And it looks really, really basic and kind of old, but I'll tell you, it does work. And what this does is it allows you to plug in your title right in here, and it will cut it at 20 words. You don't want your titles to be too long. Then you pick your category for what industry you're working in. And it's actually going to analyze what title you have based on a number of different things in terms of how it appeals to people. One of which is it's going to appeal to people's intellectual side. So it's going to look for words which are especially effective when offering products and services that require reasoning or careful evaluation. It's then going to look at the empathetic side, words which resonate with an empathetic impact, often bring out profound and strong positive emotional reactions in people. And then it also looks at the spiritual. So words which have the strongest potential for influence and often appeal to people at a very deep emotional level. So based on all of this and the words that you're using, it's going to give you a score in terms of just how good that title is to get people to keep reading. So we're going to run some examples today that are all based around the same thing, but can get more and more likely to get people to actually read that article. So we're going to start out and we're going to say, getting your home sold. Okay, nice title. Might have to do with how to get the home sold or things that you might need to do. And we're going to analyze it. And this is going to come back and say that this is a totally neutral topic. It has 0 EMV score in terms of the percentages of the words that you're using. Now, comparing this to a good writer or a great copywriter will give us some ideas as to where we should be. So most professional copywriters will end up in a 30 to 40% EMV words in their headline. Things that, strike an intellectual or a spiritual or an empathetic tone and resonate that way with folks. And we can see here that this does none of that. And if we want to be really good, we can get ourselves up in the 50 to 75% range. Now, 100% is rare, so keep that in mind. But we want to ideally get us up into that 50 to 75%. So how do we do that? Well, let's change our title a little bit and see what it does. So instead of getting your home sold, let's say preparing your home to sell. Now we see a big jump, right? We see that go to 40%. So now you're looking at both intellectual and spiritual words. So you're appealing to their emotion as well as their intellect with this title. And let's see if we can get any better though. So that's step one. Let's go even further and say 5 easy steps to prepare your home to sell. We're giving them details now, right? And make sure you're actually spelling out the word 5 when you do it with this tool. People, when they're relating to it, tend to do so more with that written word, while a actual number will catch their eye in, say, a billboard or a magazine or something like that. So let's submit for analysis. Now we jumped from 40 to 44%. Okay, so we see we're starting to get up and get a little bit better here. Now let's take it one step further. Let's see how high we can go. Now it's 5 easy steps to prepare your home to sell. Let's go a step further. 5 easy steps to prepare your home to sell today. Give some action to it. Now we start reaching 50%, although it's a little bit more on the spiritual side in relating to their emotional terms, okay? But again, you can start playing around with this and really start to understand what changes in your title might do in terms of how it reels people in and gets people to start reading your content. Now, of course, your content has to be great as well. And there are some other great videos within RETI on how to create valuable content, some tools and tricks and things that you can do there. But for today, we were focusing on your headlines and your titles. And I hope we've given you some valuable information in terms of creating the best. So thank you so much for your time today. Definitely go check out those videos on RETI. And happy writing in terms of creating the best title for your content. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.